One piece of advice that people hear all the time and believe, I just don't believe it, is diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I put all my eggs in the real estate basket. The brokerage firm, I put everything in there. Buying properties, I put everything in there. Today, I have a lot of wealth. I put everything in real estate. I just watch which markets are growing, which ones are fading. I'm very careful where I put it, but stick to what you know. I am just a believer in sticking to what you know and spending the money you have. Money is meant to be spent. I spent every dollar I ever made, threw it back into the business. I wasn't worried about losing it. I wasn't worried about saving a percentage of what I was earning. There was no money to save. I guess I could have, but I wouldn't have grown my business.
I would also tell myself that in the hard times, when everybody else is laying low, that's when you can make your most money. That's when I made my most money. I formed a habit over all these years of staying positive. And it is a habit. And when you're negative, it's a nasty habit. And I started there, remember. I started with the habit of telling myself I couldn't do because I never could do as a kid, but I've rewired my head. You can rewire your head. It's what's going on in there that takes you back or pushes you forward.
What would you tell a 20-year-old who wants to become a millionaire? They ask you, Barbara, what's the fastest way to become a millionaire?
I'd say take the money out of the equation and focus on one thing only. Try to find something you do very, very well. And then practice the hell out of it until you become very, very, very good at it. And then you don't have competition. You're going to be the top of your heap, whatever that heap is. And money automatically comes with being the top. I'm always looking for the same trait, the number one trait. I'm looking for ambition. Someone who envisions where they're going, and I fall for it when they tell me they're going there. And what's that? Because everybody thinks they're going to be successful. They're feeding you all this stuff. But when you're on Shark Tank, you could feel the beat between the words. It's like you feel them coming at you or they're just saying the words.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling in my gut. And I don't even care generally what business it is. I buy the entrepreneur. Because I figured, and it's happened to me where I've bought businesses run by entrepreneurs. They've totally changed their business and I've made a lot of money because I bought the right person every time. One thing I've learned about entrepreneurs is you give all the advice in the world and they do exactly as they please. I'll give my best practice advice right from my heart and they'll really appreciate it. But my best entrepreneurs then do exactly as they please. They don't pay attention. So that I've learned. What is the most important thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for someone with ambition. There is no substitute for ambition. If you have a burning desire and have to get somewhere, have to get to be something, it's not I really, really want it, but I have to, as though your life depends on it. That kind of a passion, not just I love my business passion, but that kind of a burning passion to prove yourself is what I'm always looking for. You should move faster because houses are only getting more expensive. It's harder to get your hands on something that you even find acceptable to live with, never mind something you've been dreaming about. Interest rates still low, although they've been creeping up and they have promised to continue to go up. And so there's nothing to be gained by waiting whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. So if you weren't smart enough to get into the market 2 years ago, a year ago, the idea right now is get into it as fast as you can if you really want a home.
As someone who's been very successful with real estate, who has admitted that you're playing an appreciation game, what can you share about that perspective?
How I look at it is I look at the property and think, how much of a mortgage could I slam on this property where the tenants pay the rent and I have a little extra to pay the expenses that always come up. I just see how highly leveraged I can get. And then the minute the property becomes worth more and the rents go up, I go back and slam a new mortgage on it, take the money out, I buy another property. I believe in high leverage. I'm not afraid of that at all. As long as I could pay my expenses, I never leveraged beyond the point where I'm not going to sleep at night. That's how I multiplied my portfolio again and again. You need to try your best to buy the real estate you're doing business in as quick as you can, no matter how small the space is, whether it be a store, an office, a kitchen. You can control your business better if you're not giving the profits to the landlords. I opened 20 offices building my business, and out of those 20 offices, I bought 3 buildings. And when I sold my business for $66 million, those 3 buildings were worth more than $66 million simply because I was smart enough to buy them. I think it's important that you invest your money only in the businesses that are run by really smart people. And I don't mean educated, book smart. I mean street smart, someone who's fast on their feet, someone who could size up a situation, run into an obstacle, and think of a quick way to get over it. If you could get smart people like that with the right attitude, you don't have to worry about the business you invest in. They always make money. They always get ahead because they're like self-propelled to push things ahead and they know how to do it.